The morning sunlight spilled softly through the narrow hospital window, tinting the sterile white room with a faint warmth. Machines hummed quietly. Outside, footsteps echoed down the long hallway, doctors, nurses, and the constant rhythm of a place that lived between pain and recovery. James leaned over the bed, his voice tender yet steady. "Diep. It's late already," he whispered, brushing a strand of hair from her forehead. "Come on, it's time to get up. I'll help you wash up a bit before we see the doctor." Diep stirred, her voice small but calm. "I feel better today," she said, smiling faintly. "That's good," James replied with relief. "Better means we're getting there." He helped her sit up, carefully avoiding the IV line. She moved slowly, still weak, but more herself than the day before. "I'll step outside while you get ready," he said gently. When James walked into the hallway, his tone changed, a quiet journalist's voice now, reflecting the ordeal. "Her condition has improved a lot since yesterday," he explained softly, as though to someone behind the camera. "The doctors said we were lucky to get here in time. It could have been worse, but another challenge still waited: paperwork." "Her documents are complicated," he sighed. "Her household registration hasn't been separated from her ex-husband's family." "It's made every form, every signature, a battle. But at least, her health is getting better." "That's what matters most." Back inside, Diep had finished freshening up. "I'm done," she said. James smiled. "I met with the doctor earlier. He said your recovery is going well." Then his phone rang. He glanced at the screen and smiled. "Mom's calling," he answered quickly. "Hi, Mom. We're in room 315, yes, on the third floor. You and NHI can come right in." Diep blinked in surprise. "Your mother and NHI? They're coming?" "Yes," James grinned. "She wanted to surprise you, but I guess the surprise is ruined now." Moments later, little Nyi's voice echoed down the hallway, bright, impatient, full of love. "Grandma, is this the right room? I want to see Auntie Diep." The door opened. "Mrs. Huyen stepped inside, holding Nyi's tiny hand. "Hello, Diep," she said warmly. "You look much better already." Diep bowed her head slightly. "Thank you so much, ma'am. I'm feeling better." NHI rushed forward. "Auntie Diep, don't be sick anymore. I miss you so much." Diep's eyes softened. "I miss you too, sweetheart." "I'll get well soon so I can play with you again." The room filled with quiet laughter, the kind that only exists in the fragile calm after fear. A family's gentle reunion. Over lunch, the four of them sat together: James, Diep, Mrs. Huyen, and little Nhi. The aroma of rice and soup mixed with the sterile hospital air. James had brought food so they wouldn't have to walk downstairs. It's a long way down from the third floor, he explained. Better to eat here. Nhi perched on the chair beside Diep, spooning rice into her mouth carefully. See, Auntie Diep? I'm eating a lot so you'll get well faster, Diep chuckled. Good girl. If you eat well, I'll recover faster indeed, Mrs. Huyen smiled softly. You've been through so much, my dear. But you're strong. Just keep eating and resting. Let James and me worry about everything else. Diep's voice trembled. You've helped me and Nhi so much already. I don't even know how to thank you. Mrs. Huyen reached out, touching her hand. We're family now. You don't need to thank me. James, standing near the window, turned back to them. She's right. You're not alone anymore, Diep. Outside, the day stretched long and quiet. But in room 315, there was laughter, small, fragile, but alive. The little joys. Later that afternoon, James took Nhi downstairs to buy food. Hold my hand tight, okay? He said. Okay, Nhi chirped, swinging her little arm. They passed through the hospital corridor, past people in wheelchairs, the scent of disinfectant, the hum of life. Uncle James, Nhi said suddenly, can you buy me a big fish tank one day? I want orange fish. James laughed. Orange? I thought you liked black. No. Orange. Orange fish are happy fish. All right then. Orange it is, he said, smiling. We'll put it in the farm, next to the flowers. Promise? She asked, raising her pinky finger. Promise? He bent down and linked his little finger with hers. Hope at the dinner table. That evening, when they brought dinner back, Diep insisted James eat first. You've been running around all day, she said softly. You must be tired, he shook his head. I'm fine. Seeing you get better, that's all the rest I need. She looked down at her bowl, her eyes full of quiet gratitude. You've both sacrificed so much for me. You stopped working to take care of me. Your mother's been caring for Nhi. James interrupted gently. We're a family, Diep. Families don't count favors. For a moment, silence filled the room, the kind that holds warmth instead of emptiness. The confession. Later that night, as the hospital quieted, Diep looked at James with an expression that mixed fear and tenderness. Can I ask you something? She said. Of course, he replied. It's just a thought. If someday your wife were sick all the time, weak, fragile, always needing care, would you still stay? James turned to her, serious but soft. If that wife were you, I'd stay forever. Diep's eyes welled up. I'm being serious, so am I, he whispered. I can handle anything, as long as it's you. When love becomes a choice. Later, while peeling fruit for her, she asked another question, one that had haunted her heart for months. Why me, James? You're successful, handsome, from a good family. So many women must want you. But me, I'm divorced, poor, always sick. Why did you choose me? James smiled faintly. Do you remember the first time we met? Diep nodded slowly. When I went to the police station about my ex-husband. Yes, I didn't think much of it then, he said. But later, I saw you again, carrying firewood on your back. You were struggling, but your eyes, they never looked defeated. He paused, voice lower now. At first, I helped you out of pity. But over time, I realized I wasn't helping anymore, I was falling for you. He looked at her, eyes steady. Now, I just want to protect you. No matter what. Diep's tears fell silently. The first time I met you, I mistook you for an officer, she said, smiling through tears. You were kind even then. And later, you gave me a place to stay, helped me rebuild. I don't even know when I started to love you. James reached for her hand. Then we're the same, he whispered. We both fell without realizing it. Toward morning. By late evening, the doctor's message arrived. Her recovery has reached 70%. If progress continues, she can go home in 3 or 4 days. James smiled. You hear that? Just a few more days. Diep exhaled softly. I can't wait to go home. I've left so much undone at the farm. Don't worry, he reassured. My mom and Lynn are handling it. You just focus on getting better, she laughed weakly. I forgot I can't eat beef. James blinked, embarrassed. Oh no, I forgot too. I'll get you something else. Sorry. They both laughed, a sound that made the hospital room feel less like a ward and more like home. The weight of love. When night finally came, James sat beside her again. The fluorescent lights flickered overhead. You've given up so much for me, Diep said quietly. I haven't given up anything, he answered. It's what I want. Outside, the rain began to fall softly. You're not alone anymore, he reminded her. You have me, Mom, and NHI. That's your family. That's your home. Diep nodded, tears glimmering under the pale light. "I'll hold on to that," she said. "I'll hold on to all of you." Ending scene. The next morning, Mrs. Huyen and NHI came to say goodbye before heading home for school. "Be good, okay?" Diep told NHI. "Eat well, study hard." "Yes, Auntie Diep." "Get well soon." NHI hugged her tightly. "When you come home, let's play with the fish tank, I promise." Diep smiled. James walked them out to the car, waving as it disappeared down the hospital driveway. When he came back, Diep was looking out the window, her reflection faint against the glass. "It's been a long road," she said softly. "But maybe this time, it'll really get better." James placed his hand over hers. "It will. You're not fighting alone anymore." The morning light returned through the same window, golden, warm, alive. And in that quiet hospital room, love didn't feel like a miracle anymore. It felt like something even rarer, a promise kept.